Okay, we are back live at the University of Pretoria, South Africa, and I'm joined by Dave Woods from Great Britain. He's an international Paralympic referee. He refed at the 2012 Paralympic Games. Dave, welcome into the booth.
Thanks, Terry. It's great being here. Really enjoyed the tournament so far.
He's been helping us with some of the stats we'll be bringing to you of the scores. That's McIntyre with the ball. New Zealand still pressing. Cameron Leslie trying to manhandle Koos Jacobs. Clive Holland with the ball. Holland's looking for an opening. Running out of time. And a score. Kat Swainpool with the score. Dave, you had a chance to ref both of these teams, I imagine. And did you ref the New Zealand-Japan game?
That was last night. I refereed the Japan-New Zealand game last night, yes. And then it went to overtime. That was an excellent game there.
McIntyre with a score. South Africa 28.
That's his second goal of this half.
Much different game last night than this one today.
It certainly was. It was a lot more intense, but both teams played well. Both teams are playing well here now.
Cameron Leslie, ball over Kat Swainpool. Adam Wakefield for the score. 48-28, holding a 20-goal lead here in the fourth quarter.
That's Adam's second goal of the game.
Kat Swainpool looking to go long. Buckingham is right there. He just read that. He saw that arm cocking back, cut across court. He knew where she was going. Intercepted the pass for the score.
Yeah, Dan reads the game really well. He just picked it up like he's...
You can see how long his arms extend down on the chair. And right there, he's putting on pressure with those long arms. Clyde Holland gets the outlet pass from Kat Swainpool, and Clyde Holland takes it in. Yeah, you really have to keep the ball safe when you have Buckingham around. He's got the long arms, the long reach. And he's got great court sense. He can time passes. He's calling for the inbound there because he was trapped. South Africa trying to take that weapon away. He's wanting a contact, but I think the refs did a good job on that. Knowing that he was stationary, they already had position. Buckingham takes the inbound and passes right by him. Right now he's got more pace than any of the players. He's got plenty of bench time in this game where he hasn't had to go all 32 minutes. And he's used to going to a much higher against a much higher competition level.
And he leads all scorers as well. That's his 19th goal of the game so far.
So he's almost got the 20 mark. McIntyre with a goal. Jared McIntyre. How many goals does he have with this?
He's got about 8. He's 8 now. So that's 3 this half.
Leslie all alone takes it in for the goal. And referee is signaling number 4 is called for the inbound, I believe, or was that a 2? That was number 4. Anybody can call for inbounder, and the referee has blown the whistle, signaled for. That tells the other ref that number 4 is called for it. Buckingham picks up the loose ball. He seems to be everywhere. That long reach allows him to get the balls. They're bouncing above others' heads. He can outreach just about any player on the floor. Coos Jacobs has a long reach too, but he's only got the one arm, and that makes it difficult in a crowd to come up with the ball. McIntyre goes over Clyde Holland's head. Clyde was just too stationary there. He couldn't move to the ball, and the ball went into this, almost into the crowd. New Zealand's ball. South Africa trying to egg their team on. I believe they're saying, here we go, wheel box. What? Substitution. New Zealand has Gavin Rolston and Mai Omai and Rob Hewitt coming into the game. Adam Wakefield, Cameron Leslie, Phil Spring leave the game. Coming with Dan Buckingham, who's remaining in the game. So Mai Omai is getting a lot of playing time in these games. Really her coming out party as an international player, and she's really responded well. She's impressed not only the spectators, but other teams. And us doing the play-by-play. Jared McIntyre pushes long, goes to Clyde Holland, who picks that off his shoe tops. Buckingham holding on, reaches for the ball, and he's got a held ball. Held ball is when there's shared possession of the ball, and Buckingham had it trapped in Clyde's lap, couldn't do anything with it, and the referee was right in good position to make the call. Held ball call. Alternating possession now will be New Zealand ball. Substitution for South Africa. And we have some other players making their first appearance. That's number 11, Benny Dorfing. He's coming in for South Africa. He joins McIntyre. Aki Anker's back into the game. Victor Butenang's back in the game. A long pass from Buckingham to Rob Hewitt. And he's got a blocker with Mai Omai. Aki Anker gives him a hit, goes to the ball, and gets a held ball before it was a foul. Looked like he got ball, and then he tried to turn it into a foul, but the referee was right there. Held ball is the call, and it'll be South Africa's ball now on the alternating possession. So back-to-back held balls, and the teams have traded possessions. South Africa now with a chance with a fresh clock. This will cut the lead to 23 if it's in. No! He tried it in the corner. Mai Omai was there, hit him into the cone, so he didn't get two wheels touching the line before he was knocked into the cone.
That was a good play by Omai. To take the player out of the game there and straight into the cone.
Yeah, that could be a dangerous play when you're hitting somebody at the goal line. Get in that flagrant foul territory if you hit him behind the back axle.
That's true, Terry, but as you can see, she was right in front of his wheels all the way there.
Ball stays with New Zealand. Trying to make it a 25-goal lead. Buckingham regroups for the offense as he runs it to the left. Dishes it to Mai Omai and gets another score. How many has she got now?
That's 11th goal of the game so far.
I think that would make her the second leading scorer of the game.
Yeah, Dan's on 20. Yeah, he's looking for his 21st goal.
Butenang has to get into the front court, and Mai Omai runs it down. Back to Buckingham. He goes long. Take advantage of his low pointer open in the front court, who just keeps it safe and gives it back to Buckingham. Buckingham scores it. 3:42 left. New Zealand up 56-30. Both teams have used their entire bench here, so everybody's got a taste of this bronze medal game. Good experience for some. Some it may be their final game, international rep. Some in their first tournament they played. Various different levels of the teams. And Aki Anker, who's making his first international debut, scores a goal. Aki Anker up to 9 goals now, so he's trying to get into double figures. And Anker reaches in and gets a held ball. Buckingham doesn't like it.
Well, possession stays with South Africa.
You'll find the players always want the foul when they get a held ball against them, and Buckingham reacted in a way that said that he thought he was fouled. But it's a held ball, and that goes alternating possession, so it'll be a New Zealand arrow now. We've had a lot of held balls here. What happened? Oh, they kept it. Okay, we have a slight problem here. The held ball, it was New Zealand's arrows, and they had the ball. So when that happens, the 40-second clock does not reset. In this case, it did. So now they're going to find out what the clock was on, and they're going to set it back to that time from our perspective up here. So we're getting it sorted out. We'd like to thank all the officials and the volunteers that have made this event great. It's really been a fantastic week. IWF has done a great job. You'll see several of their banners located all over the gym. And the standard of officiating, the standard of classification, everything has risen over the last years. And IWF and their relationship and partnership with various corporations and the International Rugby Board has really brought a lot of professionalism into the sport. New Zealand inbounds to Buckingham. Sholto Taylor, he's going to take it in all to himself, cruising in with another goal. He's up to 6 goals on the game. Sholto Taylor been around a long time, played in the first World Championship in 1995. Pretty much has been in every New Zealand Wheel Blacks international side. Victor Butenang with the ball. He doesn't have anybody. Cameron Leslie goes down as he tries to block the pass. Butenang gave him a hit and he went down. So that resets the clock. Whenever a player from the opposing or defending team goes down like that in front of the play, they call a official's timeout for the fallen player. They reset the clock, not to take away or put the offense at a disadvantage. So they'll fix a strap. Equipment man. South Africa has the ball. Plenty of time left. Aki Anker has the ball. He has time. He makes a move. Leslie and Buckingham both took shots at him but couldn't get him. Players were playing in high performance sport chairs, which are specific to the sport, specific to their level of function, and specific to the role on court. Sholto Taylor with another goal. New Zealand trying to pin South Africa high on the court. Butenang doesn't have anybody to go to at this juncture. Aki Anker trying to get free, a long pass, and he gets it just before half court. Buckingham trying to squeeze him on the line. Reaches for the ball, had a little bit of it. Then he knocked it into the backcourt, and he recovered his He recovered his own deflection and takes it in for the goal. What's he up to now? 22 goals for Buckingham. He's had a lot of steals as well. Really been a dominant force out there on the court. Akiaker sets up a post play and goes in backwards for the score. Last 2 minutes of play in this bronze medal game. Another tally for Buckingham. Victor Bunang comes back for the inbound. Bunang wheels the half court. Looks for a pass. He's got it to Jared McIntyre. McIntyre wheeling. Leslie hit from behind. Buckingham tried to drive him into the cone. And they did. Between Leslie and Buckingham, they drove him into the cone. No goal. It'll be New Zealand ball on the sidelines. So good team effort. Leslie and Buckingham both putting pressure in that corner and drove the McIntyre out of bounds for the turnover. 27-goal lead for the Wheel Blacks. who are closing out their tournament on a high note. And Buckingham is going to be too much class for these South Africans as he puts a hit on a ensuing South African McIntyre, and McIntyre goes down. South Africa, to their credit, has just kept on battling all tournament long. They lost one of their top players, Troy Collins, yesterday in a disqualification. So he was disqualified for the remainder of that game and this game here. So we didn't see Troy Collins this whole game, and that took one of their top players out of their lineup, and it made the job even tougher for them today against a tough Wheel Blacks team that has gotten stronger as the tournament has gone on. We want all of you to stay with us. Approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this game, we'll be having the championship game, gold medal game for the Asia Oceania Championships between Australia and Japan, and it should be a good one. Ten-second call there. No player on court touch it. And now we have an equipment timeout. Australia and Japan were slated to play 2 games, and Australia had to forfeit their first game with Japan due to illnesses. They've regrouped. Australia lost 2 games in one day, the forfeit, and then they lost to New Zealand, which they played, but they were very short-handed, undermanned. New Zealand took advantage of it. Australia has everybody suited as we see them rolling into the gym. They'll be warming up right after this game. Looks like they're back to full numbers, but we've heard it reported that all their players are not at full strength. Japan has avoided the bug somehow. Maybe it's all that home cooking, or they do a lot of their own meal preparation when they're on the road. Really an amazing machine that they have in the roles of their team. They'll cook a lot of their own meals, and should be an interesting battle. Definitely will be a closer matchup than this one right here. Wheel Blacks, a veteran team, far more experienced than the South Africans. Shelto Taylor takes it in. South Africa, a little bit isolated, doesn't have any countries competing around them. There is some development going on, and IWF is assisting with some of the underserved areas around Africa, and hopefully there will be more teams. Eventually one day South Africa looks to have their own zone. And that'll be exciting for the sport.
Yeah, that'll be nice to have 4 zones, Terry, instead of just the 3 we've got at the moment.
Buending is in trouble. Clock's running down. 10 seconds left on the score clock. Acker to Buending.
He's kept out there by Shoto.
Turnover. That resets the clock.
And we've got down to the last 10 seconds coming up now. Got 15 on the clock.
Cameron Leslie scores with 15 seconds left. Wheelchair rugby is played in close to 30 countries. There's 25 that are ranked. In the next 2 years, I'm sure we'll hit the 30 mark. We're seeing some exciting development in South America. Asia just held a tournament in Korea that had 4 teams, including Malaysia, Thailand, India, and the host Koreans, who unfortunately weren't here at this zonal championship. They hosted the last zone championship. Some exciting growth on the horizon as the sport and the global family increases. And that's the end of the game. The final horn sounds with New Zealand taking a 65-33 victory over South Africa. And the home crowd shows their appreciation for the local team, who really fought hard all week. Were just outclassed, and hopefully they can take this experience and keep moving forward. And the crowd continue to show their appreciation. Well, Dave, it's been a pleasure having you up here and helping out with the stats. Thanks for joining us, and we look forward to that final game. I'll be down on the floor helping with the table, but leave you up here in the booth. Any predictions, or what kind of a game do you expect in that final?
Well, the final should be a really close game, with Australia not quite at full strength for their players, and Japan, well, as you said before, they've kept away from that bug, so they've got quite a few players who are there, and we'll be looking to take over from Australia, take the crown from Australia.
There's the South Africans showing their appreciation for the home crowd that came out to support them. And the crowd has been great. And despite getting throttled by New Zealand, the crowd is very appreciative of the effort. The players are very appreciative of them coming out and showing their support. South Africa has done a great job of and New Zealand thanking the crowd also. I could hardly see that.